Write down principal value versus. Jiaxuan, stop talking. Yes. So I think half a page should be enough. Principal value versus reference angle. Okay. I'm going to tell you these two difference, and this is very important, so you better pay attention. Now, in short, what you need to know is for principal value, you will include the negative sign. At the back, at the last page, please draw like half page and done. Right? And so I give you an example. Example. If I say cosine x is equal to minus half, okay, can you tell me the principal value? PV stands for principal value. Can you press your calculator now? Include the minus sign. What do you see? Include the negative sign. What do you see? Nigel is waiting. In degree, please. 120 degree. Like that. Full stop. This is called principal value. We always include the negative sign. Now, what about the reference angle? Reference angle, we will ignore the negative sign. So I give you an example. Let's say example, cosine x equals to negative half. So what is the reference angle? Reference angle, can you put this alphabet here? Alpha. Alright, so this is my reference angle. If you don't like, you can also spell the word reference angle. You can write that reference angle equals. Okay, but I will always put it as alpha. So alpha means what? I will press cosine inverse, but what happened? I will ignore the negative. Can you press equal and tell me what number you see? Please, everyone, do it in your calculator because seeing is believing. You listen like that, it doesn't make sense. You press calculator, it makes sense to you. So now, I'm going to explain to you what's the difference between principal value and reference angle. I start with the easier one. Okay? Now, for reference angle, so for reference angle, for sine, cosine, and tangent, this reference angle is 0 to 90 degree. I don't care which trigo I use. It can be sine, it can be cosine, it can be tangent. I don't care. The reference angle is always acute angle, 0 to 90. That is why I must ignore the negative sign. Because if I don't ignore the negative sign, I put the negative sign inside, I will get 120. This is bigger than 90, so it's wrong. So I repeat, for reference angle, always ignore the negative sign because I only want the acute angle. Okay? But for principal value, do you still remember? Just now we talked about principal value. What is the sign? What is the sign angle? Between what? Minus 90 to 90. What is the cosine? 0 to 180. What is the tangent? Negative 90 to 90. So you see, there's a difference here. It's why for principal value, I must always include the negative sign. Otherwise, I will not be able to get this tree range. Clear now? Clear now. The next part is even more important. The next part will summarize the whole notes of set 3 notes. Set C, set C. How to solve set C. How to solve trigo equation. Right. Can I refer to the first example now? Sin x equals to 0.731. So I write down sin x equals to 0.731. 0.731. Okay. Now, I'm going to write out three key statements here to help you do all solving of trigo equation. Okay, so let's start. Take out a red pen and write down step A. Now, step number one is to find the reference angle. So can you now write out the reference angle equals to what? How to find reference angle, Matthew? Sine inverse 0.731. Can you can I say that everyone has done number one? Can I zoom up number two and bring it out on top like that? Is it okay? Yes, right. So can you press your calculator now and tell me the reference angle? So small. So small. 46.9. Oh, I heard 6.9. Right. What is step number two? Okay, step number two is to ask yourself which quadrant. So how do I remember which quadrant? Very simple. ASTC. Then this is what I write. Sine positive. Can someone explain to me why is it sine positive? No. Why is it sine positive, not sine negative? Because the question say 0.731 is a positive. Right. So because this one is a positive number, is it possible that I have the same question but a negative number? Yes. Understand? So I will show you later a negative number example, can? Now let's try this. Sine positive, because this is a positive number. Sine positive, can you tell me which two quadrants do I choose? First and second. Meaning you know what is the second? The second one only sine positive. So you write down first and second quadrant. Now the third step. Is to find the angle. Now notice I highlight something. I always copy what is the x here into the x here. Okay? So there is a tracing to do. You always copy what is the original angle and put it here. Meaning to say, if this is 10x, then this is 10x. If this is 20x, then this is 20x. You always copy. If this is x minus 2, this is x minus 2. Then what do I do now? I ask myself, first quadrant. How do I transfer first quadrant down? First quadrant means 46.97. Second quadrant means 180 minus 46.97. Always leave your final answer in one decimal place. So the final answer will be 47.0 133. One decimal place. Everything in one decimal place. Right. After you copy this, can you go back to the first example, the first page? Help me change the question to minus. Do you follow? turn back to page 5, the 7a, change to minus and see how the answer will change. Go back to this. Before you all run away, this one do it as homework, and I want it on 17th of September. Page 5. Just the notes alone. Then can you zoom in now and change this question to sine x equals to minus 731. The minus, not plus. This lesson you may leave once you show me this answer. Now, wrong. Always use reference angle, not principal value. Which quadrant? No, I changed the question. Which quadrant? You must ignore the negative sign. No, answer will be entirely different. I changed it to minus, the answer will be entirely different. But the reference angle, is it the same? Yes. Reference angle is the same. The quadrant different. The quadrant different. We only use reference angle. We never use principal value. Up to you. You can write now also can. Wait, I answer more crucial question. Now, always remember, first quadrant is alpha. Second quadrant is 180 minus reference angle. Third quadrant is 180 plus reference angle. Last quadrant is 360 minus reference angle. Okay, so always remember that. What's your question? Sorry. 错了，没有 minus 啊？go, can go already. Wrong. The first one is wrong. Second one is correct.
Oh, it's 180.
Huh? Yeah, sign negative is equals to which quadrant? Yes, third and fourth. 错，第一个错，第二个对。诶，第二个也错。对。So I do slowly, I write down, reference angle your alpha, sine inverse, ignore the negative, you have 46.97. Sine is negative, very good, can go already. Sine is negative means it is in third and fourth. Wrong. This is second quadrant. You see?
Oh, so it's flat.
So, correct, can go already. So now I'm ready to do the last step. Third quadrant means I will take 180 plus reference angle 4 o'clock at class 2-1. Yes, can go already. Then 360 minus 对，可以做到。Therefore, I will have 2 wrong. Huh? Baseline in 3-2, but the 4 o'clock one I will see you at 2-1. You 3-4. This one is wrong. So let me finish it. 2, 2, 7, and 3, 1, 3. No! Baseline